Most people know that the Mormons are really good preppers and they have lots of good advice out there. Now they have a list out of what you should actually put back for 1 year of stockpile. Let's see if their list is accurate. They note that church members should begin their home storage by storing the basic foods that would be required to keep them alive if they did not have anything else to eat. Then, after they stockpiled all that, then they can look into stockpiling other stuff or adding in things they might enjoy as well. Let's take a look at their list. First, grains, 400 pounds, including wheat, flour, rice, corn, oatmeal, and pasta. Okay, we mentioned in a previous video, carbs are not the key to this. I mean, having some carbs for energy, helping out as far as your food taste goes, I completely get that. But they are recommending 400 pounds of carbs. That's over a pound of carbs a day. Next, legumes, 60 pounds. Dry beans, split peas, lentils, etc. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. But we're still only looking at 0.17 pounds of this a day. And this is, by the way, a little jumping the gun, in their list, these are the only proteins they're getting. That's a big, big mistake. Powdered milk, 16 pounds. Not too bad. However, for kids, I would recommend a little bit more. We're looking at almost 16 gallons for this. Kids definitely need more milk than that, but adults, yeah, why not? Cooking oil, 10 quarts. Sure, why not? Sounds good. I'm not sure what they're going to be frying up with their cooking oil. Pancakes, maybe? Sugar or honey, 60 pounds. All right, I'm not saying that's a lot, considering most Americans' diet has far more than this anyway. And furthermore, honey is a great thing to have. Not only gives things flavor, last forever, and I mean forever too, but has medicinal properties as well. So as far as this goes, I think it might be a little bit much too, especially with just white refined sugar. That's a lot. You're already getting 400 pounds of sugar as it is with the grains. So I don't know, we'll see. Salt, 8 pounds. Sounds good to me. I like salt in my food. Makes it much more flavorful. But I get it. A lot of people are going to say, wait a second, I can't do this. I have hypertension. Yeah, I understand the medical attributes that you should limit your salt intake because of hypertension. However, I challenge you to do your research and see how many cases of hypertension actually are brought on by, well, possibly obesity or having a high carb diet. Yeah, hypertension is caused by those too. Water for 2 weeks, 14 gallons. Yeah, obviously we're looking at 2 weeks for this as opposed to this list is a year long. So they need to come up with 351 more gallons. Maybe they just assume you're actually in a location where you have extra water coming in and therefore you don't have to stockpile 351 gallons in your apartment. Now they also note for children, it's just a fraction of the same list. The exact same proportions, by the way. 3 and under, 50% of the list. 4 to 6 years old, 70%. 7 to 10, 90%. And an adult is listed as being kids 11 and up. So first off, before we go through each one, how would I change it? At the very first, I would simply say 400 pounds of grains is nuts. I think it's crazy. I think you need to actually substitute in some more meats. Canned meats. Lots and lots of canned meat, mind you. Pick it. Sardines, salmon, tuna, chicken, all great. Add that in because the meats will actually make you more satisfied, will stay in your stomach longer, and actually is better as far as conquering off some diseases too. But then secondly, where's the fruits and veggies? Where's the canned fruits? Where's the canned veggies? Especially the canned veggies. I would have so many more canned veggies, and they have none of that list at all. Granted, under their grains they have corn, but that's a grain. Where's the rest of the veggies and some fruit too? All right, so here's my list. Instead of 400 pounds of grains, I would say maybe 100 max. Some rice, rolled oats. Legumes, 60 pounds, sure, sounds good. Now, if we're talking about a year though, you don't need dried beans. You can actually have cans of different types of beans already prepared, ready to go since it's less than a year. Granted, canned beans can last forever in the can, forever. But after about 5 years, they start getting kind of mushy. This list is only for a year. So canned beans instead of dried, it's just easier. 16 pounds of powdered milk. Again, proportion size, if this is for a child, I would actually have much more milk than that. 10 quarts of cooking oil. How about something better for you, like butter or ghee? 60 pounds. Sugar or honey? How about a few pounds of honey? And how about you make it local honey? Much better for you, especially allergies. And you know what? No sugar at all. Just cut it out of the list. 8 pounds of salt. Sounds good. And 14 gallons of water. And with the ability of getting 351 more gallons of water. and 365 cans of fruits or veggies. And that's 1 can a day. That's great. I mean, if you need less, then fine. Just go ahead and do half of 365, 182. Okay, do that instead. But that easily compensates for all those grains we got rid of, those horrible grains which are not good for you anyway. What about you? How would you assemble this list of what you should have for 1 year? I think they're on the right track. I understand their mentality of trying to do a lot more grains and stuff, but it's not, medically speaking, it's not smart to have almost nothing but carbs in this whole list. Helps you run, doesn't actually help you survive very well though, and you'll actually find yourself more hungry than you are actually satisfied, which is something you should be shooting for by all means. Okay, so anyways, again, what would you put in the list? What would you take out? What would you change? I'm really curious to see what your thoughts on that. All right, thanks for watching, and go ahead and check out this next video.